So 3 weeks of shredded. We're working through some nutrition protocols, and I just wanted to make a video so that you had an idea of what to expect and to understand how this works and to know a couple of details that probably aren't super clear. So I have gone through 3 weeks of shredded 3 times, I think maybe 4 times. It does work. It is not perfect for everyone. So I'm not going to say that this is the end all be all for every person in the entire world, because every person is different. Every person is genetically built different. Everybody has different lifestyle related choices. It's impossible. But what I like about this is that everyone can participate, and it does establish an understanding of what real food is, gives you some experience with preparing real food, and allows you to feel satiety from actual real food rather than just feeling super bloated and gross after you eat a burger and fries and feeling like that was a big meal. So I think there are some benefits to this, and if not, I mean, if you follow it for 3 weeks and you don't lose weight, you are a genetic uh, abnormality. Dang, words are hard. You are a genetic abnormality. But so I think everyone will get a lot out of this. If nothing else, you'll learn how to eat more appropriately. So a little bit of history. Mike Dolce is a strength and conditioning coach professionally, but he now works with people to do weight cutting. So he is specifically building programs to get them to be as lean as they possibly can to cut out fat, but he's also trying to cut out their water. So we are not necessarily trying to hit a specific number. So when people call Dolce, they need him to make sure that they can hit a specific number on a specific day. So if I'm 185 pounds and I need to be 170 on February 1st, Mike knows I need to hit 170. So we don't really have that. So when you see some of these recommendations made in here, just keep in mind that he's dealing with fighters, um, and so they are going to do 2 workouts a day. But for them, it's not CrossFit. They're not grinding against 225-pound deadlifts and bar muscle ups. They're not doing that. They're hitting pads. Maybe they're rolling around. Maybe they're doing sit ups and push ups and whatever. It's just activity as opposed to training. So you've probably heard me draw this distinction between exercise and training. Exercise is just kind of getting your heart rate up, you're moving your body, you're breathing hard, you're sweating, but you're not necessarily getting better at anything. So like cycling, if you just go to a spin class, that's really hard, but you're not getting better at anything other than moving your legs in a circle. So training is a little bit different. If you're doing deadlifting and you're walking, lunging, and you're doing pull-ups and ring rows and all this stuff, you are actually getting better and training your body to do something different. So don't think that when it says do workout number 2, don't think that it says go to CrossFit twice. Go to CrossFit once, call it good. So when you see they're doing 2 workouts and then they're having a post-workout snack, you do not need both of those. That's too much protein and probably worthless. Okay, so that's a little history. Just keep in mind that this is originally built for fighters, not general population CrossFit community people. Okay, the first thing to talk about, water. Because it is built for fighters, lots of weight is cut through water manipulation for MMA fighters. So you do not need 2 gallons of water a day. He even goes so far as to say that you need 3 gallons of water a day. Again, that's water manipulation, and you don't need that. You just need plenty. So self described plenty. I think you should try to get a gallon of water through your system each day. And if you come up short, okay, that's fine. If you're making a legitimate effort to increase your water generally, you're going to get the benefits. Water is the key ingredient to all things happening inside your body. So cellular breakdown and reproduction, fat loss, satiety, like not feeling full, like a lot of these things, hormone production, a lot of these things need water. It is a foundational piece. So try to push more water through you. Because you're going to push more water through you, you are going to use the restroom more often. So just be aware that if you're jumping on a 45-minute Zoom call, maybe pee beforehand, even if you feel like you don't have to. Okay. Dolce Principles. This is the most valuable thing that he produces. Is just an understanding of how to live a healthy lifestyle and how to eat healthy. Like tons of people will come into the gym on day one and be like, oh yeah, I eat healthy. And it's like, well, dude, that's because you ate a Brussels sprout. Like, you don't eat healthy. I literally had a client tell me that she ate healthy this week. And I said, well, what was the healthiest meal that you had? Well, it's this meal from Chick-fil-A where I had chicken and strawberries. I was like, where are the strawberries? Oh, it's in the strawberry shake. That's not healthy, just so you guys know. So anyway, eat only earth-grown nutrients. That means if it walked on the ground or it came from the ground, you can eat it. In a perfect world, they would be as close to the natural state as possible. So a bagged steamable of broccoli is not as good as broccoli that you're pulling straight from the farmer's market. So try to get it as close to the source, even like locally sourced if possible. So Kayla has a bunch of chickens on her or chickens at her disposal. If you need some eggs, maybe you hit up Kayla because those are about as good of eggs as possible. So that would be perfect. Eat only earth-grown nutrients. If it comes out of a box or a bag, it's probably not earth-grown at that point. You should eat every 2 to 4 hours. This is a principle that is over the last 10 years sort of evolving, and I would say is not even accurate, is not scientifically founded anymore. But it is fair to say that, you know, in order to just have small bites throughout the day, it is going to keep you more satiated and less hungry. So I don't know that it truly spikes your metabolism to continue to have to digest food, but it doesn't really matter because it's a good principle. Just eat small. It keeps you eating smaller amounts more often rather than these big, heavy meals that you're going to go through. Okay. Speaking of big, heavy meals, eat until satisfied, not until you're full. So everybody knows what that full feeling is where you go, oh, my belly, right? It's too full. Thanksgiving, too full. Eat until you're satisfied. So I will purposefully separate my plate into halves and I will eat half of whatever I'm eating. And then I set it down and I drink, half a glass of water. I check my phone for a few minutes, so on and so forth. And if I'm still hungry, I'll eat a little bit more and until I feel like I'm satisfied. And whatever is left is completely fine. This is going to be really important for that first week, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. 4, we talked about drinking water. You absolutely should drink water. And then stay accountable, which is the whole point of doing this through the Wodify Rise app, is so that we can participate together and somebody's going to see that Ben didn't do his workout and he didn't eat lunch the right way, and I'm going to have to feel embarrassed about that. Or Tim is going to call me and be like, what's up with that, bro? And stay accountable. Be nice to each other, but stay accountable. It's super important. Okay. What can you expect through 3 weeks to Shredded? So your first week, you're going to have some huge meals. And so the whole point of that is to get your body used to processing really high quality nutrients, which is all the vegetables and things that you're having to buy from the grocery store. Now, you're probably not eating that type of food on a regular basis now. And so your body does need to get adjusted to that. And we also don't want you to feel hungry the first week. So those meals are going to be gigantic. Please don't feel like you have to eat it all. Again, go back to number 3, eat until you're satisfied, not until you're full. You can put it off to the side once you feel like you've had enough. And if you feel like you want to go get a little bit more, 10 minutes later, you're feeling a little peckish still, go right ahead. That's fine. Week 2, you'll feel a little more hungry, but I try to live my life in a constant state of week 2. I think it's a very sustainable amount of food for me, and it keeps me uh, at whatever lean body mass that I'm at now. You are going to feel a little bit more hungry, but it's totally manageable. Week 3 is going to be a challenge. So the food does get significantly less in week 3, but at that point, your body is just a furnace, just burning fat. And so you've already taught it how to run more off of fat over the last 2 weeks, and now you just need to let that fire burn really, really, really hot. So that week 3 will be a challenge. Last year at week 3, there was a workout I distinctly remember. It was heavy deadlift into weighted box step ups with a run, and Logan was crushing me, which shouldn't happen. No offense, I love Logan, but everyone knows Logan. So he was on my tail the whole time, and it was because week 3 I was just depleted. If you feel depleted, um, do a workout that is one level less than what you typically are capable of doing. Just be aware your body is going to have less fuel, less intensity will be available to you, and that's on purpose. So that's what you can expect for for those 3 weeks. All right, random pieces. Vitamin supplementation. It says you should take vitamin C multiple times throughout the day, which is true. Vitamin C is super cheap. It also, because your body is going to go through so many different changes and you are sort of depleting it and you're changing equilibrium, the immune system is going to get a little depleted. And so that effort with the vitamin C is simply to maintain immune system functionality and keep it running at its optimum. The last thing that we can afford to do is get sick just because we changed a couple of food things. That's not the point. Vitamin C. It does not talk about vitamin D or zinc. I'm putting those in there because COVID is a thing and strep is a thing and colds are a thing. Vitamin D is super cheap. Zinc is super cheap. Just pick some up and take it one time a day. 50 milligrams of zinc is plenty. The daily recommended dose of D is 2,500. I take 5,000. There's no real reason to do that. I just want to make sure that I'm topped up, and I'll just poop the rest of it out. But absolutely, you should do vitamin C, D, and zinc. Green tea and coffee. You don't have to do these, but they are tasty, and it is nice to just break up the monotony of water at every meal. Green tea is also it has caffeine and some other natural stimulants in there, which is just going to increase your metabolism and jumpstart all of your metabolic processes. Coconut water post workout. The intent of that is to replace your electrolytes. If you simply hate coconut water like myself, you do not have to drink it. So there's no calorie difference. It's just supposed to give you electrolytes back. If you want it, good. If you don't want it, good. Pre-training snack and post-workout snack. Those need to be figured out on your own. So if you come to the 5:45 class, you should do the post-workout snack immediately when you're done, and then maybe wait a little bit to have dinner because you're probably not going to be super hungry. But pre-training snack, you just have to figure out what the best times are for you to do that. You can also spread those into 2 separate parts of the day. It doesn't actually have to be a pre-training snack. So instead, maybe it's like you have breakfast at 10, you have your pre-training snack at 11:30, you're going to have lunch at 1:30, you're going to work out at 4:30, 5:45, and then you're going to have post-training snack and dinner before you head back to bed. That would be fine. So just try to situate how you naturally train and when you come to the gym or whatever, and arrange those in your life however you wish. The chocolate reference, you don't have to find that metabolite whatever. Just find something that's super dark chocolate. It's just a small little treat for yourself. One square from one of those Godiva chocolate bars that you can find in the Kroger like candy aisle. One square is all you need. Okay, sometimes inside here you just simply are hungry. So if you're legitimately hungry, you can eat as many green vegetables as you want. So if you just need another snack, you want to have a bag full of cucumbers, like feel free. Asparagus, pepper, spinach, any of that stuff is totally fine. Those are calorie neutral, meaning they don't increase calories inside your body, but it does give your digestive system something to focus on. Um, Protein powder, yeah, Ryan Miller just texted me about this. Anything will be fine. But Costco has an Optimum Nutrition brand, which is really legit and it tastes good. So if you have time to get to Costco today, that is a good brand to use. But honestly, any protein powder will be just fine. Dolce just doesn't want to advocate for something that's not, perfect. Okay, there is a task inside the Wodify Rise app that says intermittent fasting, and you will get credit for intermittent fasting. And I think because I think that you should do it and you should try it. That the most efficacious and most studied intermittent fasting protocol is 14 hours fasted, 10 hours fed. So for me, I eat breakfast at 10 a.m. I'll have some sort of snack or lunch at 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and then I need to be done with eating by 8 p.m. So usually that's dinner for me. I usually will not have that nighttime snack. If you really want the nighttime snack, which it is delicious, almond butter and apple is yum. If you really want it, you can definitely have it. You're just going to miss out on 1 point for that day. So you should try it. Again, you're going to have to put some thought into how you're wanting to set up your feeding times. Okay. Total tasks, you have 148 total tasks. In order to get 80%, you need 118.4. Rounded down, you need 118. That means you can miss one task per day. You don't have to do all of the tasks every single day. You can miss one. A couple of things. So with the eat snacks and hit your protein, that's either or. So if you just don't eat both of your snacks, that's fine. Maybe you're just not hungry. That's totally fine. But you should try to hit your protein number, and to ensure that your protein number is correct, this is the right formula. Protein number is 0.7 grams of lean body mass. So if I'm 200 pounds and I'm 10% body fat, that means I'm 180 pounds of lean mass, which is skeletal, muscle, bones, organs, all that stuff. It's not subcutaneous or visceral fat. So I would take 180 times 0.7, which gives me 126 grams. 126 grams is not that much, especially if I'm hitting my snacks and I'm getting 24 to 25 grams of protein in each of those. That's 50 already. That breakfast bowl that they prescribe or that he prescribes is, I want to say it's like 35 or 40. So I've covered 90, and that's not even lunch or dinner. So it should be no problem for me to hit my protein goal. It's just supposed to it's just supposed to give you a freebie. Okay, that's it. That's everything I had to say. I'm not looking forward to this, but it is going to be fun and beneficial. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have questions about Wodify Rise or getting situated in there, feel free to text me if you wish, or I'll see you at the gym. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Sorry, this is 19 minutes and 45 seconds long.